And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are, as we are off and running on EA Sports. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And a big-time mess on the return. He's out of bounds. He won't even get this back to the 5-yard line.
Okay, give some credit to the team covering the kick, but boy, what was he thinking? Stay in the end zone, take the knee, and help out your offense. Instead, you put your team in a really precarious position.
And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. Now Jackson on first down. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Drake London, his second touchdown on the season. And the Buccaneers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And this does not end well, as he's going to be out of bounds here at his own 5-yard line.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Jackson on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. To throw is Jackson. His throw incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown! Devon Achane, 28 yards. And the Buccaneers are off to a 13-0 first-quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Now we'll throw here to his running back. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. When you look at this defense, they're currently 6th in the NFL in defending the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Shedding the tackle, and it gives him some room. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Now he's free at the 35. He may go. And all the way down to the 5. A big run that time by Elliott. 65 yards. So they had him bottled up, able to make a man miss, and then boom, off to the races.
And it's how he made him miss. A little bit of strength, too. Had to work through contact to get him off of him. And then once he did that, now he put his agility to use and took off.
Now Elliott. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Now they'll throw with Carr. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. The coverage good, the pressure good, leads to the sack, and it's 3rd and goal now.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. So the sack means it's 3rd and goal now from the 10. Shotgun now for Carr. And he's got it. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. They'll go for it. It's Carr. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. They throw for it on 4th and goal at the 1. And the Bucs defense, they'll celebrate the goal line stand. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Flushed out right. There he goes up the right sideline. Off to the races. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Lamar Jackson with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson, and really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying the crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy's simply sensational.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
Definitely going to need to be physical with these receivers, whether that's right at the line of scrimmage, trying to jam them and bump them off their routes, or when the ball arrives and you go ahead and put your shoulder into them and try and knock it loose.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now this drive will begin with a run from A-Chain. And he will possibly get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. On the other hand, it will definitely take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within the shadow of the goalpost.
And you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. Oh, wide open, complete. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 47 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Jackson now. Completes it to Austin. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Lamar changing the play. On 2nd down, a run by A-Chain. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Pass hauled in by Johnston. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
You have to ask the question, where was the help? Because it's a little surprising to me that he'd find that much room to run this close to the end zone. He doesn't quite get there, but he sets his guys up with a 1st and goal.
And they'll run here with A-Chain. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? He'll try again. And this time he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg? Toward the sideline, intercepted. It's Joshua Williams with a pick. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Jackson. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. But Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good. And this is caught inside the 5. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Calvin Austin, 45 yards. And the Buccaneers continue to pull away here in this first half. Well, this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
80 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. To throw his Carr. And his pass incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. From the shotgun again to Elliott. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
A short one there to Freiermuth. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front.
Final preparations being made for the second half, both in terms of game plan and also hydration, because humidity is really going to catch up to these guys, no doubt. And for the call in the second half, we go back to Brandon Gaud.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
He gets it to Johnston. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. And those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the 4th quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will we be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. H.A. now up the middle. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. That's going to be caught by Pitts. Touchdown! Kyle Pitts, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bucs take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you. No question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They start on the ground with Elliott. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Here's Carr. A throw left side, caught by the tight end flyer move. He stiff arms him, and he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
They're just going to run a drive route here with their tight end. Let him get upfield about 10 yards and then move toward the middle of the field. This ball's right on target, and it results in a 1st down.
Up the middle, here's Elliott. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw.
The ball comes out. And this is going to get out of bounds. So they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Well, obviously, you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Carr. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Buccaneers are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown on a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung up there. The reaction time of the defenders, they win the day and intercept it.
They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
From the 25, here's a 2nd and 8. Now a toss right side, A-Chain. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Tried to get the edge there. The defense just too quick to the ball.
That's what we call total team defense there. Can't get to the edge, no place to move it inside, and then allows everyone else to run to the ball and create a big-time tackle for no gain for the offense.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Got his man. It's London. He's going to have the 1st down and more than that. Down the sideline he goes. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Drake London, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bucs will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And McPherson on for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
Exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 2nd down, it's Drake. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
108 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Carr to throw. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Inside give to Elliott. And he'll get it down to the play to the 37. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down at will.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
And that's another play that's painted a picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. How about this? They'll change it at the line. Going quickly out to the right side. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
1st down, they go back to A-Chain. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Boy, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the